Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This video is going to be all about home buying, flat buying. I don't have a home, I have a flat. Give myself credit, it's my home. I wanted to make this video for a while because I feel like there's a handful of narratives online about home buying, especially in the UK. I feel like it's either seen as a not in your lifetime situation, or it's people who have been given fantastic opportunities, whether that's deposits gifted to them or, you know, they made it big really young and they've got a lot of opportunities to bring in more wealth. Or that's kind of it, really. I think that's the only two things. Or it's just like a case of buying an auction house and renovating it, and watch me renovate my home that I bought. And it's like, again, that's not the opportunity that a lot of people get, to spend so much time renovating a property, especially in the UK. So I'm 25. I bought when I was 25. I'm 27 now. It's been a year and a half since I bought it. I bought it alone, no financial support, out of the city. I actually had never been to the town that I bought in before I actually bought here. I don't recommend that. I still work in the city, which we'll come on to a bit later, but it's normal. It's a studio. It's not very big, it's not glamorous, it's not my Pinterest board, but it's mine. And I wanted to kind of give some advice to also change the narrative that it is possible, depending on your expectations of what you're looking for, to get a property. And I'm not saying like it's the better decision versus renting or anything like that. There's a few of those videos already made. I know that Patricia Bright made one a couple of years ago, like where she did the cost of buying and renting, but that's not what this video is. It's not to scare you either, to make you think that it's this really horrible thing buying. Like, I don't regret it, but I do think it's highly romanticized, because it feels so far away for so many people. So yeah, let's talk about what it really is like buying. I think I've got like 5 or 6 things that I want to run through, and let's just get on into it. So the first thing I kind of want to nail down is service charge. Firstly, let me explain what service charge is actually, because I know obviously it's a UK thing. I know there's something similar in Canada. One of my best friends lives in Canada, so I'm assuming there's also something similar in the US. But if you don't know, service charge is essentially the people that own the company that owns the building can charge a set amount yearly, but it's usually broken down into 2 6-monthly payments that essentially are to pay for the maintaining of the building. So that could be if you have a concierge at a front desk, pay for that person to be there. If you have a cleaner that cleans the communal areas, you're paying for that person to be there. But also painting the communal areas, if you have a bin shed, which you should do, like those things as well. And here's the kicker: they can charge whatever they want. Yeah, there is no legal system in place, as far as I'm aware, that says that it needs to be proportionate to the value of the property you're buying. They do have, like, they're changing the rules around ground rent, I know that, but like that's separate to service charge. And a lot of the times what you will find is that the service charge is either not listed on the property when you're on Rightmove or Zoopla or I mean, does anyone use any other sites in the UK to look at homes? On the market, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that one's still around. But it will either not be listed at all and just say, it would just say ask the agent, or a number will be listed. And that number is important, and it's important that it's accurate, because it's used to, when you're like going through the steps of getting a mortgage, that number is used to qualify you to see if you can afford the property. So if that number is wildly inaccurate, your profitability is wildly inaccurate. So in my case, mine had a number to it, and it was, to me, proportionate, because my building does not have a building, like anyone working here full time. There's no concierge, there's no security system, but there is also like no like fancy like bin area. There is no lift to be maintained. Like, it's basics, okay? So I thought the amount that was listed made sense. Yeah, no, when I moved in, it turns out it was 4 times the amount that was listed. 4 times. So my entire affordability and my budget that I'd created for myself was based on a fabricated number. And yes, my solicitor sent me the statements. That's the thing that we will get into as well with solicitors, because oh my gosh, my solicitor did send me previous statements for the building like service charges, but I've never done this before. I don't know what it means. Best believe I asked, doesn't mean I got my answer. So my tips here: if there is a service charge listed, then make sure to speak to your estate agent before you put the offer in and ask if you can have the contact details for the building manager, just to double check that that is accurate, or ask the estate agent to get in touch with the building manager to make sure it's accurate, because it can jump wildly. Mine has gone up every year, but I also had to pay the previous 6 months before I even moved in. So I got one charge for 6 months when I moved in, for the previous 6 months before I even moved in. Then I got another charge at the end of the year for the summer to winter. And then I got another charge for Jan to this summer, this gone. And now I'm waiting for like another one to come through. So basically what I'm saying is that it changes almost every 6 months, the amount. They do, like I said, have to give you an itemized list, but you have to be prepared for it to change. So yeah, ask to speak to the building manager, or ask the estate agent or your solicitor if you're too far into it to speak to the building manager. Find out if there is any major works going on, and definitely ask to see the last 3 years of statements for that property. The seller will have that, because we always get an invoice and then we pay the invoice. So research service charge, understand service charge. It's annoying. It's really annoying, because there's not really much you can do. There really isn't. Citizens' advice can help with it if it's like wildly disproportionate, like insanely disproportionate. So if you are in the UK and you're watching this and you've already got a property, you can speak to citizens' advice about service charge. But yeah, make sure you factor that in, and factor for it to go up a lot to what is advertised. Yeah, a lot of estate agents gloss over it because they know it's not something that like people want to see. Like, estate agents gloss over the service charge. They know it impacts, like, it's a hidden cost that impacts your buying abilities, because you're just looking at the house price or the flat price, because you don't get service charge for the house. You're looking at the flat price and being like, I can afford that flat, but can you afford the service charge and the ground rent? I do think they're scrapping ground rent though in the UK. I'll link some like resources if they are. But yeah, to summarize this section, ask for the invoices from the previous 3 years. Ask if there's any major works that are going to be happening, and if possible, ask to speak to the building managers yourself, just to get an idea of what the plans are, because it's stressful. We ended up having like council meetings in my building, Every year we all like get on a Zoom call and we go through the invoice, like the itemized list for the charges as a team, and we like go back with a counter offer, because you can go back with a counter offer. That is another thing. Don't necessarily get your way. You can go back with a counter offer. So, solicitors. I've talked a little bit about them. They are going to be your worst situationship. Okay? Any situationship you've been in to date does not compare to your solicitor. And I know that sounds really dramatic, because let's be honest, like situationships these days are kind of ridiculous. We've all had our fair share. My solicitor traumatized me just as much. And this isn't just me. This is a consensus. Like, I have not met a single person, whatever age they are, wherever they've bought, who doesn't say that the solicitors are just nightmarish. And I get it. This is like a big financial decision for me. This is just their day job. I get it. But why are they so bad at communicating? Why are they so bad at communicating? Why do I feel like I'm sending a double text and I'm embarrassed when I'm paying you 4 figures to help me through this buying process? Like, why do I just get like anxious about calling you to ask for an update on the purchasing of my property? Like, it seems ridiculous, but I remember like being really stressed out and like actually texting my parents being like, I haven't had an update in 4 days and I don't know what's going on, and I know she's going on holiday soon and I really need to know. And my mum and dad were just like, just call them. And I was like, yeah, but I don't want to be annoying. Be annoying. Be annoying. This is your property that you're buying. Be annoying, okay? They don't explain things unless you ask for them to be explained. And I get it, Google exists, but they're paid to be the experts. They don't explain anything. And you just kind of have to treat them as a situationship. You go in early doors with, these are my boundaries. Feels ridiculous. These are my boundaries, okay? Whether that is that you require weekly updates, whether it's daily updates even, you need to communicate that and communicate it early. I would not get told anything unless I called, unless I emailed. Sometimes I'd have to email like 4 times before I got a response. And like I said, everyone I've spoken to has said the same thing, has said the exact same thing. You are not inconveniencing them when you are paying for a service that is 4 figures of a service, sometimes 5, because it is done depending on property size, property value, and the chain that you're in. So like if you're buying a property and there's like 4 people in front of you that are also buying from each other, that can also impact things, because it means that you need their time for longer, because chains take forever. So this is one of your biggest financial commitments that you're making. Be sure that you are completely informed. And side tip, this wasn't in my notes, but side tip, you have the opportunity at the end to buy like a folder with everything printed from the entire buying situation. They do send it to you all via email, like all the files and things like that, and you do get like a login portal that like exists for a certain amount of time. I think mine was £70 for buying and selling, so it means that I have all the documents I need if I'm going to sell, and I have all the documents that I got sent when I bought, because they are 2 different sets of documents as well. One's a lot thicker than the other. I don't know which one is which, but like they are different. They are hefty documents, but it's so important that if you have that option to have them all printed and sent to you, to have them printed and sent to you. And it's like cute, like it's an old folder and all that jazz. But it's helpful, because let's be honest, things get deleted, things get hacked. Just have a physical copy. It makes a difference. I think, yeah, £70 mine was, and I'm glad I have it, because like I said, I live in a studio. I don't plan on being here for the next 10 years of my life. So I need to have them documents ready if an opportunity comes forward for me to buy somewhere else. So Solicitors are situationships. Like, express your boundaries and stick to them. Okay, so this third thing is, it's sad for us Pinteresters, it's sad for us Sims remodeling people, okay? And if you didn't think to remodel a property on Sims, think about it. It's actually really useful to an extent. You will still live like a renter. You will. It did not sink in for me for about 14, I'd say, months that I bought this place. Like, I did not want to commit to any big changes in this property. Like, I am still doing renter-friendly hacks in my flat. I can rip walls down if I want. I'm not doing that. No, I'm not. Structurally, this place is staying the exact same to how it is. I don't want it to. I would love to build a partition to separate the bed area from the living area from the kitchen. It's not gonna happen. It's not. I spent ages pulling together like the perfect Pinterest board. And like I said, I remodeled it on Sims. I moved in and looking around, yeah, I made one big change, and that was upgrading my heating because I have electric heating. That cost me £800 because my friend's an electrician, so I got a bit of discount there. But everything I've done in this property has been renter friendly. I've painted, yes, but I painted it beige. I love it, but I've painted it beige. Obviously I have that big mirror on my wall, and I've put up artwork, and I've done some stuff into the bathroom, but like nothing huge. And it is for two reasons. The first, budget. When you're moving into a property, like I've lived alone and I've lived in shared housing, things cost a lot of money. Things cost a lot of money. Sofas, expensive, but we'll get onto sofas in a little while because I have a gripe with sofas. Curtains, expensive. Rugs, expensive. Okay? Like, when did TVs get inexpensive as well? That I've noticed. It's like TVs are cheaper than anything. But I wanted to change my kitchen. There was nothing actually wrong with my kitchen. It's pretty modern. It was upgraded, I think, 4 years ago. It's the style of kitchen I want. I don't like the countertops, I don't like the splashback, and I don't like the colours of the cabinets. I had a quote, like someone came over, did the measurements, like it took him maybe like 45 minutes. We talked through the ideas that I had. It was like 10 grand. 10 grand. All right. I just want my cabinet colours changed, and not even all of them, just the bottom cabinets. And I wanted to change my worktops. That is it. Oh, and take the splashback off. But that was it. I was just gonna paint it myself, and it was 10 grand. It was over 10 grand. So that is not happening. So you will still live like a renter, because also, if you went to university or if you live in shared house with friends, you know you don't buy things that are like hefty price tags. You don't buy solid oak furniture. You're not buying marble anything. You're buying budget-friendly things that can just either go with you places or you can get rid of quite easily when you're moving. And bro, like, yeah, it takes a lot of time to build out a home. And then that kind of leads me to the second reason. It's scary. It's so scary. Oh my gosh. I am second guessing every design decision I'm making. ChatGPT has had to make so many mock-ups for me. I can't visualize things. You know that whole like, what do you see when you say the word apple? I see the word apple. I don't visualize. So I can't see any of the changes that I want to make. I want to change the flooring. I want like LVP? Is that what it's called? It's like laminate planks of wood. Would love that. Luxury vinyl planks, that's what it is, LVP. I would love that in here. It's not like a huge expense, it's like $2,000, but the like stuff that you have to do, like, because it's a studio, I have to move my wardrobe. I have the extra tool version of the IKEA Pax wardrobes. Where am I moving those wardrobes to? Where are they going? They're not fitting through my bathroom door frame. They can't live in the bathroom. I have shoe cabinets. I have the sofa. Where is this stuff going to allow the flooring to be put down? Like, all those like tiny things that you don't think of, just you become so acutely aware of them that you end up making really small updates and really small adjustments to try and bring you closer to your idea of what you want this place to look like, rather than just like jumping in with the big ones. And that's fine. That's fine. Like I said, I don't want to be here for like another 5 to 10 years. It's a studio. I plan to live here actually 5, maybe. It depends on other context things. But my advice here is be gracious to yourself, give yourself time, understand that you cannot recreate your Pinterest board. And you shouldn't, to be honest. Controversial opinion, maybe. Don't try and recreate a Pinterest board, because you're recreating an image that is someone else's style, someone else's vision for their space. Spend time living in your space to work out how you want to design it. I have been umming and ahhing since I moved in about painting my bathroom green because I have no windows and I want to make it a dark and moody bathroom. Amber, you have so much white plastic in there and acrylic in there. It's not going to do the vision that you want, and that's fine. I'll adjust. I wanted at one point to paint half of it like dark blue. No, I hate the color blue. But I was trying to work within the boundaries that I had. And if I had done that at the time of when I came up with that idea, I would have hated it. But instead, I stayed here for about, I think it was about 4 months ago I painted the flat. And I only painted it a really nice shade of cream. But like, it took me maybe 3 weeks to like pick a shade of cream. And like, I just gave myself like the time to just like really sit in the flat and really work out the things that I want to change, rather than just like going in with it. And yeah, give yourself space, give yourself time, understand it's not going to look like your Pinterest board, and work out what is going to be low cost but high impact. And I created a spreadsheet for that. I listed down every single change I wanted to make in my property from start to finish, and I color coded them like low priority, high priority, and then medium. And then I color coded another column saying like high impact, low impact, medium impact. And that's how I worked out where to prioritize my time. Hence why I didn't paint the flat, because I knew I was going to paint it cream. Going from white to cream is not going to create the biggest impact, but it was low cost. You see, pros and cons, weighing things up. Weigh things up. So, this one's a weird one. Prefacing this one with the fact that I am a woman who is unfortunately attracted to men. We all shed a tear on that one. Yeah, sadly. Dating gets weird. Dating gets weird. And you know what? My old landlord, who also was my friend, he just happened to do really well for himself and bought a house in London. And so I lived with him for a while and some friends. He warned me about this. When I bought my flat, he warned me that he thought it was going to make my dating life weird. Now, my dating life is a mess anyway, and I plan to do like a whole series of things on that. But he warned me, and he was correct. I hate to say it, he was correct. I didn't care at the time because it's like not my priority. Like, my priority was like, this is for the betterment of my future. It's an investment. Let me do it anyway. But it's strange. It's weird. I have had men in their 30s tell me I'm too grown for them. Sorry, what? I'm too grown for you? What are you looking for then? Like, silly. I have had men try and push for like all the dates to be here because it's low cost, low effort. They just got to show up. You know what I mean? And also, like, a lot of the time, people are in house shares at the moment, or they're living with their parents. So the opportunity to go somewhere where it's just you and her in a home, yeah, no. I'm very, very picky about who I let into this space. Very picky. What else have I had? I've had like guys just like assume that I'm loaded. I'm like, I mean, you haven't seen this place, but like it's tiny. Like it's tiny. And it was not expensive. In the grand scheme of property buying, it was not expensive. But I've had like a lot of men assume that I'm really wealthy and so therefore treat me differently, as if like I have to be the sole provider. And like that's, I'm gonna say that's fine, but that would be a lie. That would be a lie. Like equality at best. But like yeah, that's its own little thing. But yeah, I've had a lot of people like just see me as that, like I've got wealth, therefore I should provide everything the whole time. I've actually had one guy ghost me when he found out. And I know this was the reason, because it was instantly as soon as he found out. He assumed, understandably, that I lived at home with my parents because I don't live in the city. And I corrected him and was like, no, like I live alone, I have my own flat, and so like my parents live like an hour and a half away from mine. And he was like, oh, like you rent on your own? And I was like, no, I bought it like 6 months ago. Unmatched. What? I don't know. Is it the insecurity? Is it because like they want to be seen as the provider? I don't know in that situation what was going on, but it's been weird. And like I'm not a big dater anyway. I think like since I've lived here, I've tried dating 4 times, so like in a year and a half. I'm not a big dater, but ownership seems to trigger something, and I hate to say it, it triggers something in insecure men. I hate to say it. I don't hate to say it. I don't. It's frustrating, don't get me wrong, but this is how we're going to flip it. It's your way to filter out those that will not work with you. It is your way to filter out those that cannot meet you where you need to be met. Because wow, if I had actually tried to carry on with a lot of those, yeah, no. No. It's very sacred to me. Like I said, this space, I do not let people here very often. I think I've maybe had 5 friends and 1 guy, like in the year and a half, come over to this place. Yeah, be careful with who you let into your space for sure. Which kind of brings me on to number 5. I think we're on 5 anyway. Friendships. This is less about owning. I feel like this is a universal experience for your 20s in general. Everyone is doing something different. Everyone. And it's really hard to navigate friendships when you're in a new town, you haven't changed your jobs, and you are far away from everyone. Most of my friends are about an hour and a half away. They still live in the city, as most people in their 20s do. They go to a big city and they live there, or they settle down with a partner outside the city. So a lot of my friends live in the city, and then my other friends don't even live in this country, because like I said, everyone's doing something different, and it's great. I love watching it, but it's hard. It's really hard. I see a lot of like the TikToks being like, what are you doing this weekend? Haha, I'm enjoying my mortgage. Yeah, sometimes. I spent New Year's Eve at home this year by choice, and I loved it. I'm not gonna lie. I had a fantastic New Year's Eve. Some days it's really tough. It is really, really tough. Especially in small towns. Because like everyone's like, oh, just jump on Bumble for friends. You think I haven't tried? My town is small. There was like 5 to 10 people on Bumble for friends. I might give it another go, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I didn't change jobs, which makes it harder. I did join the gym, but I go to the gym really early in the morning, so I was really antisocial. So that like is tough. And that's something I'm working on. Like this year, I want to really work on building the relationships I already have with my friends and building new ones, more local. I want to run errands. You know, I want to go to B&M and the Range with a coffee and do a mooch. Like, and that's not easy to do when everyone's an hour and a half away. Really and truly. This isn't. Okay. I think this is going to be my last one. I think. Check the terms and conditions of the delivery before you buy the furniture piece. Check the terms and conditions of the furniture company's deliveries before you place the order. Don't get burnt like me. I have been burnt. Like I said, I don't have a lift. I live on the 4th floor. A lot of furniture companies, at least here in the UK, will not deliver past the 2nd floor for health and safety reasons. This mirror, I didn't get this delivered. I got this on Facebook Marketplace. This is solid. I got it from an old granny's house. She was giving it away for free. I had to lug this up the stairs on my own. Don't get me wrong. I have realized I'm a lot stronger than I think. I learned it the hard way. Okay? I learned it the hard way. So this again goes back to decorating. I ended up buying a lot of like flat pack because I could just build it in the space rather than trying to get it up to my flat on my own. I have a few solid pieces. I have a bookcase that's solid and my bedside table is solid, but they're small, manageable. Like, I mean, the bookcase is not that small, but it's small enough, but then like 2 people, we can carry it easily. I have a sofa that I would really love to buy. It's modular, so it will come in boxes and I can just put it together up here. I don't know how to get rid of my sofa. I don't know how they got this sofa up here. Sadly, this is the sofa that was here when I bought the place. They did tell me they were going to be leaving it because the person who owned the property before me, he used it as a rental and he didn't live anywhere near here. So they did warn me that the sofa and the wardrobes would be staying. The wardrobe, fantastic. Sofa, less so. So I just like cleaned it with what are they called? You know, like those like hoovers that are like, they wash. One of those. I have like a spot cleaner version, like a Vax, but like a fake Vax. And I just did that. I don't like this sofa. I do not like it one bit. It's so ugly. It's the wrong color completely. And I have found the perfect one, like I said. I don't know how to get rid of that one. I don't know how they got it up here. I can't find any way to take it apart. So I have no idea. I know where it's from. I know the sofa's name. Ooh, okay, live reaction. Maybe I can get in contact with the company that the sofa's from and see if they can send me the instructions for it. Because maybe they did put it together. I don't know how they got it up there. I would love to get rid of it. Maybe that can be my New Year's resolution. Get rid of the sofa. But yeah. IKEA does deliver to the floor though. To my 4th floor. So I don't know if that's like a universal experience, but they delivered it to my 4th floor when I bought IKEA stuff. And I bought like another wardrobe thinking I needed another wardrobe. I like pre-ordered it to arrive when I moved in and they brought it up to my flat and then I realized I did not need a second wardrobe. So IKEA does it. But yeah, check the terms and conditions of deliveries because there's a lot of furniture that I've wanted to buy and then realized that they were only delivered to the 2nd floor, and then it means like coordinating for someone to be here to help me, and it's just like a whole hoo-ha, and it wasn't worth it, not at all. So yeah, check that. Okay guys, well, thank you so much for listening to me essentially just rant about home buying. I hope that this has been twofold. I hope that this has helped to set realistic expectations, but also helped to make you realize that it is doable. Like I said, I bought my place when I was 25 on a whim with very little money. I don't even think I didn't have all of my deposit ready until like a week before I moved in. Like, let me know if you would like a video on the whole process. But yeah, I hope it's been able to be informative, but also help you to not necessarily kill your dreams of buying in the current economic situation that we are in. Because I bought when interest rates are high, and I'm stuck on this interest rate for like a year and a half, 2 more years. So, and I still managed to do it. And if you have bought, whether that's a house, a flat in the UK, in a different country, please comment down below with any advice that you have for other people looking to do the same thing, because I'm sure there'll be things that I haven't thought of, or things that I didn't experience with buying that'd be really helpful for someone else. And if you did enjoy the video, please do like, comment, subscribe, or do nothing, or do a combination. Just thank you for making it this far into my video. And I have like a whole list of ideas of things that I want to record this year, so please do stick around to watch them come to fruition. And yeah, thank you for being here. Let's sign it off now and say goodbye.